Good afternoon. I guess we'll start with some of the lessons we learned from other past cold weather events. Your sprinkler system, you always hear or you read online to turn your sprinkler system off and try to drain it. Well, there's much more to your sprinkler system. One point being your backflow preventer. A lot of people in the past freezes have forgot their backflow preventer. They've drained the water outside, underground, got all the water out of their sprinkler heads, but they leave a little water in your backflow preventers. In my opinion, those are almost important as the whole sprinkler system itself because, number one, they went up in price and they're very prone to freezing. So when you get to that backflow, and all the backflow preventer is, it keeps the water going one way that feeds your sprinkler system. That's all it does. If something was to happen and there was back siphonage, it would spit out of that backflow preventer. But there's two ports, two test ports on the side of that backflow preventer. You just simply get a screwdriver, turn it, it shoots out a little water, you are done. Wrap that up. They're very expensive, and they're very expensive to get someone out and replace them. So you want to get that done. A lot of things people forgot last freeze was pool equipment. If you have pool equipment, more than likely you have large diameter PVC pipe outside your home. You have to cover that pipe. I know it'll be difficult to find insulation of that size and get it covered, so we tell people cover it with anything you have, any old blankets, any old sweaters, anything thick. You don't want to put anything thin, but thick material on top of it. The more, the better. And then simply get a tarp or something plastic so when that precipitation hits it, it rolls off. You don't want the precipitation to hit the blankets or the jackets and freeze. It'll freeze that whole line. So you want to keep those covered. But also, most people have their pool equipment running during the day, 8-10 hours. You want to run that pool equipment 24/7. You want to keep that water moving so it doesn't have time to freeze, just like in your home. Moving into your home, some of the frequently asked questions some of our contractors got last go round, if they were leaving their home, which they do. If you're leaving your home, maybe you're going to a warming center, maybe you're going to stay with an older relative or some other relatives that maybe have a generator, and you want to know what to do with your system at home. We tell everybody we think you should drain it. You have 2 points to turn off your water feeding your home. So you have the main out in the yard that ties into the city. You can turn that off there, but you also have an isolation valve, usually on the side of your home. It'll come up vertical. You'll have a valve on it. And that's how I tell people you know if your water is on, because that valve will be in line with the pipe. If it turns sideways, you turn it horizontal, and the line's going that way, that means your water's off. So you want to shut that off going into your home. If you have a spigot outside, drain it there. Then go in your home, drain it at the highest point, and work your way down. Drain as much water out of that system as you can. So when you leave your home, something goes wrong. They say it won't be any outages, but just in case, you want to go ahead and drain that water if you're going to be gone for the week. If you are going to be home, everything outside needs to be wrapped, plain and simple. That line coming up that feeds into your home, you need to have that insulated if you can. If you can't have it insulated, wrap it with something thick, tape it up. Anything plumbing related outdoor that is exposed, it needs to be covered. Then you go up to your attic where your water would go next. If you have exposed piping in your attic and you can physically see it maybe sticking out of the insulation or something, you want that pipe insulated, or you want something covering that pipe. Again, just in case power goes out. Then you drop down into your home, let's say your kitchen sink, your restroom sink. Open your cabinets. Get that ambient air inside of those cabinets. You're going to have your heat on, I'm pretty sure, so get that warm air in there so there's no chance of any of those lines having any problems. Get all that warm air in there. Keep them open, leave them open as long as you're home during the week and as long as those temperatures stay down really, really low. You want to keep that air going in there. And of course, everybody kind of argues about it, running water, not running water. I'm a big proponent of letting that water drip. If you're not using it, you use it typically during the day. You'll wash your hands, go to the restroom, get a drink of water from there. But at night, for a long period of time, typically you don't run water. You want to keep that water running, dripping. Small drip. It doesn't have to be a steady stream, just a small drip. If it's stagnant, it can freeze. So you want to keep it running through the pipes, most you can. Water can't compress, it only can expand. So when it freezes, it's going to burst that pipe. And the last one was PEX piping. Will PEX piping burst? We had multiple occurrences of PEX piping burst. Don't believe that just because you have PEX, you don't have to cover it, you don't have to insulate it, it's not going to burst. it will burst, just like your PVC, your CPVC, and your copper. So just take the proper precautions. So the image, hope you guys can see it, but this is perfect. This is what we want to see before an event like this. As you can see, the vertical pipe comes from the bottom. That's where your water's coming in. Right there, they have the valve shut off. You see it turned horizontal, the other valve on the other horizontal pipe. But to the right of it are two what's called test cocks. Those are where you come in and test it. You should get this certified every year. You just turn those a quarter turn and water will spew, and that will take every drop of water outside of that backflow preventer. And we stress the importance of this because we've seen them fail. Most of our plumbers who turn out of our school, they have this certification. They can go test these, they can go certify them, they can go repair them. Well, in events like this, sometimes they'll get by. They won't crack, but they'll malfunction. So if you have a break in the line, like I discussed earlier, and you get your back siphonage, there's a high probability, there's a good chance that water could seep back in into the potable water supply. So that's how important it is to drain the water out of this apparatus. That's why I wanted to stress it. Thank you.
Do you want to talk about the cost real quick also?
Yes, the costs have went up exorbitantly since the last freeze, and you tie COVID into it. Something simple as this, used to be 50, 60, 80 bucks. Now could cost you 400, 500 bucks, and that's not including the install. So, draining the water on something like this is the difference between paying $0 and maybe paying $700 to $1,000. So, it's very important. We don't want to hurt anybody's pocketbooks. They got enough going on right now.